Remember that sometimes things that look absolutely awful end up being the best blessings in disguise. I am sitting in a hotel room, and actually, it's a pretty nice hotel room. I'm really loving the symbolism of the pictures on the wall and that forward momentum and drive. So, let's see what the universe wants to talk about today. So, do or where to turn. My whole life was stolen from me. Everyone's turned against me. I'm not sure how to start from here or who I can trust. I feel so alone in this world. I don't know what to do or where to turn. My whole life was stolen from me and everyone was turned against me. I'm not sure how to start from here or who I can trust. Realize, realize, real lies. Blah, blah, blah. So, you guys definitely have a very strong intuition, and it's time to follow that intuition, to really trust in that intuition and trust in what you know to be real and in what you're seeing around you, in the red flags you might be seeing as well. You are very aligned. Hi, I'm doing very good. How are you doing today, Wisticle? So you guys are finding that alignment and you are moving away from any distrust of what your path and purpose is. You're really getting into that more grounded energy. Hi, Beats. I'm doing good. How are you doing today? And yes, you are more than welcome to donate for a reading. My Cash App is in the title, but my Cash App and PayPal are both in the description box below, whichever works easiest for you. You're really coming into alignment with your path, with your purpose, and sometimes that can cause you to have to leave behind a lot that was something very permanent in your life. Ooh. Hi, guys. Hi, Name Brand Beats. Just peachy. Nice. And when you're doing that, that is how you really come into this energy of realize, realize, realize. So a lot of you may be feeling very alone and like everything and everyone you cared about was taken from you, and now you're really just coming into this energy of realizing that that is your path, that is your purpose. There are things that are happening this way for a reason, and you're learning how to trust in that. You're learning how to get into alignment with yourself and to stay in your own energy regardless of what others may be doing or what may be going on around you. I haven't actually seen these cards in a long time. I found them when I was cleaning yesterday, and that was awesome. Or day before yesterday when I was the little compartment underneath my couch inside my RV. That was part of where the wall was ripped off my RV. It literally, like the whole back wall was ripped off, and so everything was falling out of there, and I had to clean out that whole compartment before I left so that none of my stuff in there got ruined, and I found these cards. It's been a little while since I've seen them, though. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender some more. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. So when you are feeling like you are alone, you have no one, you can't trust anyone, a lot of times that does manifest outside of yourself as well. The things that you are going through and experiencing outside of yourself is because of something going on within yourself. So you're learning how to heal and align yourself so that you are in your own energy and so that you're in a higher vibrational energy regardless of what's going on outside of you, so that you can change and manifest what is going on externally by working on what is going on internally. Receiving. Boy, this card has been wanting to come out constantly since I found these cards. These were in the same box as that other deck as well. I open up and allow myself to receive love in all ways from all directions. It may seem scary, but it's better than receiving audits, bed bugs, or hate mail. I receive love and it feels so good that I decide to receive it some more, and then some more, and then maybe just a wee bit more. So that feeling that you are so alone in the world and that everybody has been turned against you and that nobody is on your side and that you're all alone, all of that is kind of what's creating that reality. But when you say, I am so loved, I am so kind and beautiful and amazing, and people want to be around me, people respect me, people want to interact with me, that is what comes in instead. So you are really learning how to open yourself back up again after some painful experiences have happened and turned your heart a bit cold. I just got it. What question did you want answered? I love finding stuff that I forgot about too, Mystical. It's always awesome when that happens. I'm going to move these out of the way so we can do your question beats. It's like getting a little prize. Yes, it is. While we're waiting, attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. So, yeah, we're really just working on being conscious of what we're thinking and how that creates our world around us, and really being able to pray and have faith that the answers are coming and the things that are happening are divinely guided, and that they are divinely guided for a reason, so that you can learn how to reopen your heart after the hurt and pain and trauma. So let's see. What could I possibly expect moving forward this year between me and my past person, Guari? I'm hoping for a reconciliation, but not expecting it right away. Hoping for steps down that path. Taurus dealing with the Virgo. Okay. It starts with you. Change this world. It happens one person at a time. Trust that others will follow. You are a born leader. Step into your power and fight for what you believe in. So when you step up into a leadership role, you have to realize that not everyone is going to follow you, and you have to let go of control completely. You can't push people to follow you. All you can do is lead the way, and they will follow your example if they choose to, which this makes it sound like they definitely will follow that example. We also have bottom feeders have tried so much to tear you down. Don't focus on them or their games. Take the high road and protect your energy. Pray and meditate, and this will bring you peace in turbulent times. Walk always speaks louder than talk. Their actions speak loud too, and it is hard to miss. You need to miss it though. By being so busy living and working on your own things in life that you don't care what others think, believe, or see, because you know what's real. Everything that is sent out eventually comes back. Don't take revenge, just walk away, head held high. Stand up and say something if it is necessary to address someone doing it up front, but keep your temper. You could also behave as if you feel others should, to show them how it's done. I have complimented those who have torn me down minutes before publicly because this is who I am. Their jealous lashing out does not change me. So don't allow other people's BS to change you and cause you to act out of character. Hi, Julia Dream. Today we are doing $10 a question, just to throw that out there. And if you guys want to ask a question, make sure to Cash App or PayPal me, and we can get to that. I love you so much. Coming home to you each night is a dream come true. Please don't let past pain, scars, anxiety, jealousy, or anything else get in the middle. Find peace, my love, and I will try to as well. Believe in what we have. I do. Stay focused on you and your goals. Try not to let me be a distraction from your life, and I will try to as well. I hope that we will have an amazing future, but I don't know, and neither do you. That can be scary, but allow that fear to be the fuel, not a roadblock. So, a lot of times Virgos can be very, very overthinking. So, there could be a lot of overthinking energy that may be going on there. Tauruses are very, very, very stubborn, and once they set their mind on a path, they are on that path, and they may have a bit of a hard time releasing control. So somebody may be overthinking a lot, and kind of that could be getting in the way of the connection, and somebody may be having a hard time letting go of control and just allowing things to play out the way that they're meant to play out. When I lean on faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Energy flows where my intention goes. So make sure that you know what your intentions are. Make sure that you're not allowing your mind to wander and constantly get stuck on little details or things like that. Make sure that you're communicating effectively with what's going on. Make sure that you are not overburdening yourself or working so hard that you are burning out, but also make sure that you are still continuing to work on your goals and taking care of what is going on in your life. Don't allow any kind of distractions to throw you off of your game. You might end up going through a little bit of a heartbreak, or I feel like for a lot of you, or for this is for beats specifically, but there may be some people here collectively who are picking up on this energy as well. There could definitely be some past heartbreaks that are causing you to feel a little weighed down, a little bit like things may not work out. Like you may put in all of this effort and time and energy, and you're going to have to watch things play out the way they did in the past. And I feel like it's definitely not going to play out the way that it did in the past. Two of Cups, yeah. And Eight of Pentacles. It's time to use the skills that you have developed through everything that you've been through, and to trust in those skills, to know that your hard work is going to pay off, and that you have the chance to have a very harmonious, peaceful, solid connection here. But it's going to take releasing the past and letting go of what has come before. And also being okay with watching this person be friends with others is going to be very important to you as well. And same with them. Being able to set your boundaries and letting them know that just because you're friends with other people does not mean that there's anything going on with those people, that kind of thing. Giving. I welcome the idea of give and take in my relationships, and I eagerly practice the give part. By giving freely, I discover just how fun giving really is. So it's time to give your emotions to this. It's time to think of the other person, and not just you and your own heart and what you've been through, but to think of the other person as well, and what things might be going on from their perspective. Giving my time, care, and attention to someone else actually gives me good feelings, which makes me want to give even more. Wait a second, does this selflessness make me look selfish? Be honest. Sensuality. Embracing sensuality doesn't necessarily mean you're a middle-aged swinger. It simply means that you are savoring one of the coolest aspects of being alive, sensory input. So, you might be a little bit worried as well. You could have definitely dealt with somebody in the past, or they could have, who was constantly accusing them of cheating because they were talking to other people, or because of the way that they interacted with other people, or even because of the way that you acted in the bedroom. And so people just assumed that because you're a passionate person, or they're a passionate person, that there was going to be cheating. So you guys might be having a hard time just being yourself. Remember that just being yourself is the best way to go. And if somebody can't handle you being who you are, then they don't need to be in your life anyway, because then it becomes a very toxic situation where you are living half of yourself because you feel like you're trapped in a box and the other person won't be able to handle the real you. You could drop a wad of cash on champagne and chocolate, or you could tune in and enjoy this incredible gifts around you. The taste of an orange, the sounds of the forest, the texture of corduroy. I don't know your life. The point is, it's time to savor whatever your senses can grab a hold of, even if that means you're being sensual. And you may also feel like you don't have a whole lot of money to be able to give gifts a lot, but it's not the money that matters, and it's not the value of the gift monetarily that matters. It's the value of the gift in a way that you know the other person, and you know what they like, and you know what's going to make them feel good. And so you can make a picnic and take a blanket to the middle of a field, and you guys can enjoy a nice picnic together, and that's just as good as going to $100 restaurant. Sometimes it's even better. I mean, it's great having that privacy, that intimacy, that romantic energy in that sense. And I mean, the other one is good too, but that is a very good alternative if you don't have the money. Going to the river for a day and just enjoying the sounds of nature and swimming in the water, things like that. So, you guys are going to be experiencing a very strong connection with each other. And I feel like a lot of it is going to be in private moments, but make sure that you are doing things with others around too, and that you guys are both being there to support each other in those moments and to let each other know that regardless of what may be going on around you, you're going home with each other. So it doesn't matter what's going on with anybody else that you're interacting with, because at the end of the day, the one you're going home with is this person. And that's what builds that trust as well, to where people can be themselves and not have to worry about what the other person is doing at the end of the day. Oh, oops. I don't like that the chat disappears. I don't know where it went. There it is. You're welcome. Thank you for being here today. So, unless there's somebody else that wants to ask a question, I am going to start the collective reading again. Or until then. So, we have some people will tell you that you can't love two people at once. Think about how many people that you have loved in your life, romantic or otherwise. I found out firsthand just how much you can love two people at once. I was in a closed poly relationship with my ex, who is the father of my kids, and his best friend. He talked me and his best friend into having this relationship without realizing how much it would upset him or get to him, how much jealousy would be present, things like that. So there could be some people that are unsure of which person is the person for them, because there's a lot of love for both people. But just because you love someone doesn't mean that they can show you that same love in return. So I feel like that's what a lot of this is going to end up being about, is who is showing you the love back. Call me crazy. Others call me crazy every day, all because I do things my own way. I don't listen to their crazy talk. I keep my head high and walk my walk. Who cares what the small-minded say? Let them go their own way. My mind is open to what I feel. Nothing could ever be more real. I leave behind any doubt. Who cares if I look crazy running about? I know what's real in my life, and I cast away your crazy strife. So if you guys are interested in finding my poems, you can find them on my other channel, Dee's Storytime, and the link is in the description box. I would really appreciate the extra subscribes. That would be awesome. Knowledge and wisdom are something that you have strove hard to attain in life. Through some very hard earned lessons you have overcome, you will be sought after for your gifts in guidance, psychology, counseling, and helping to see the pieces of the puzzle. You are very perceptive and you might be claircognizant as well. I can very strongly relate to this message. There are definitely some people in here today that are very, very aware psychologically and very good at connecting people and talking to people, and really good at bringing peace to situations as well. I love you so much and I miss you dearly. Part of me almost wishes that you could be here with me, but I know that you still have things to do. I'll see you when you get here. So there is somebody either at a distance from you that is somewhere far away from you that is missing you very strongly and can't wait till you get there with them, and they are really looking forward to seeing you again. And it could be as well that there may be a loved one on the other side who is talking to you and wants to let you know how much they love you and how much they wish they could be with you again, but they will be with you again in the future. And right now you have things to work on still, that you are going to make very strong changes in this world, and you are going to do a lot of good things. Listening. I activate my receptive side and I become an engaged, intuitive, professional grade listener. Supercharged listening gives me the ability to not only hear the words that others are saying, but also to perceive the emotions hiding between their words. Armed with this knowledge, I will be in a great position to give them exactly what they need, or if I prefer, to dominate the planet. So I feel like a lot of the reason that you have such a great energy to be able to help people heal and to guide people and to spread your knowledge and wisdom is because of the listening aspect. When it comes to talking with people and helping them work through things and things like that, the biggest part of that is listening. I do a lot of listening myself, and actually, from about 14 years old on, people have come to me to tell me everything they've ever had happen in their lives, pretty much. And a lot of what is involved in helping them work through that is listening to what they have to say, picking up on those little nuances, picking up on those little things that are in between, and pinpointing those, asking them about them, helping them see things that they may have missed in there themselves. And a lot of times it really is hard when you're looking at your own story to be able to see those things unless somebody else points them out. So also being able to speak the truth, regardless of whether or not it feels like it's mean, or regardless of whether or not it feels like it might be a little blunt or something that they don't want to hear. Speaking that truth is the biggest part of that as well, because that is what really helps people in the long run. Sugar coated kindnesses that are lies in ways really are not going to be what helps people in the long run. Even if people get mad or upset about those things, it's part of the journey and it's part of the healing process. You are working very hard. You are really taking a lot on your shoulders. At times it may look dark, it may look scary, it may look like there's just so much to do that you don't know what direction to go, or like the light may never come back. But if you look in the middle of this card, there's a lot of light right there shining through, and you are working your way through this confusion, through the darkness, through the shadow work to find that light. You are really stepping up into a very strong leadership role. You are very sturdy, very stable, very solid, and everything that you are is very deeply rooted in where you came from. The reason that you know how to make the best decisions for everyone involved in a situation is because you have been through a lot of situations which can relate to what other people have going on. And sometimes you might feel like you just want to take control of the situation, but you have to remember that the best leaders are able to release control and let people go where they're going to go and hope for the best, but you can't force anybody to follow you either. Perspective. What does a hawk see when it flies over your house, besides the family of mice living nearby that you don't know about? What will your current problems, conflicts, complaints look like when you're 80 years old and you gaze back on the timeline of your life in this moment? You are being given the gift of clear perspective, of knowing that in the end, everything is going to be probably much better than okay. The large enough, or think large enough, and even big issues become small. Become an 80-year-old hawk and you're really onto something. So following the signs, the synchronicities, and the messages coming into you. And once again, there could definitely be a lost loved one that is on the other side reaching out to you guys, because hawks have a lot to do with messages from the other side, from people that we have lost, and being able to see those things, but seeing things from a bigger perspective and allowing the little details to just be that, little details, focusing on the big picture and allowing the other things to fall away, just being okay with the day-to-day things that are going on in your life and not allowing those things to tear you down too much. With what's going on with me in my RV right now and staying in this hotel and all that kind of stuff, when it first happened, it was, first off, it was 7 o'clock in the morning, and it woke me up out of a dead sleep after 4 hours of sleep, because I went to bed way too late the night before. And I was thinking, well, I can just sleep in tomorrow. I'll sleep in for a little bit and I'll be okay. Yeah, no, I woke up 4 hours later by the back end of my RV being ripped off. And I got up, went outside, talked to that guy for a second, and he had to take off to work. And then I went into Maverick, and the lady was just going into the bathroom to start cleaning it. I had plans to go in there and cry. And I kind of leaned up against the wall outside the bathroom and sunk down to my butt on the floor and started bawling. And I sat there and bawled for about 5 minutes until one of the other ladies that works there came up and asked what was going on. And I told her what was going on. And then I went in the bathroom and went to the bathroom. And then I went back outside and changed my perspective on it. And I said, you know what? Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Who knows what could end up coming from this? It could end up being something really good. This was meant to happen for a reason. And this is what is happening right now. So I can either be really upset and hurt and feeling like the whole world just crumbled down, or I could be feeling like, hey, maybe something good is going to be coming to follow this up. Everything's going to be just fine, and I'm going to be able to make it through this. And the cop showed up to write up the report and all that kind of stuff. And he got a hold of the guy to make sure to get his information for it. And the guy was saying that he wanted to do it without the insurance and make sure that I got something to replace that with. And he was going to make sure that I had a hotel room until we did get something to replace that with. And you know what? The rest of the day, all I could think about was the fact that I was going to get to take a bath. And I haven't gotten to take a bath since like March last year. So I spent the rest of the day going, I get to take a bath tonight. I get to take a bath tonight. And so it went from being in this upset, hurt energy to this very excited and something good could be coming energy. Exactly. When something bad happens, ask yourself, how is this the best thing that ever happened to me? That is a really good point, Circle 7. That guy is very smart and great video to be watching as well. And the crying is also a good thing because it helps you to be able to cleanse that energy out. It helps you to be able to release. It helps you to be able to let go. Sometimes that flood of emotions is a very good thing for everything that you have going on. There may be some travel in the near future for a lot of you as well, but either way, there's going to be a very strong opening up of your perceptions. There's going to be a lot of new ideas coming, a lot of new understandings coming to you. You're really going to be seeing things in a very different manner than you may have used to. You might have used to have had a very black and white energy going on, but now you're going to be starting to see that the good and the bad all blend together. There is both in every single situation, and everything in life is kind of a shade of gray. And it's less about black and white than it is about a happy medium of the two. Generally, you can't have one without the other. If you have something good, the only reason you even see it or are grateful for it is because of the bad things, and vice versa. You can't see the bad things or you can't see the good things without the bad things. However, I said that. I'm doing $10 a question today. You can definitely donate to do the question. My Cash App and PayPal are both in the description box below. Let me know when you got that done and we can pull some cards for your question. Till then, we're going to pull a couple of these ones out and talk about them. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. There is a stream of love supporting my dreams. So this is a very heavy theme of love. And you know what? Under hate, hurt, pain, sadness, fear, all of those things, there is love at the root of that. You wouldn't be able to hate somebody so much if you didn't love them. And if you weren't hating yourself for loving them, then a lot of times you wouldn't be hating them either. And so buried underneath all of the discrepancies or hurt or pain or things like that involved between you guys, there is always love at the base of that. So focus on that love. See the person and the things that you love about them, and acknowledge the fact that they are not a perfect being, but they do have a shadow side as well. And it doesn't mean that you have to allow them back into your life, but what it does mean is that that is no longer ruling you, those feelings of hate or revenge or hurt or pain. Anything happening for you in February? Let's see what the universe has to say about that. You're welcome. Come back down to earth. I don't want to come back down from this cloud. It's taken me all this time. It's time to face reality. Your dreams and your goals need a practical plan as well. You can make your dreams come true, but it does take action too. I don't want to come back down from this cloud. Oh, hey, I didn't even know that I wrote that on this thing when I started singing that song. I really hate being told this, by the way. I'm like, need a practical plan? What are you talking about? I already have a practical plan. But you might need to make some plans. You might need to write down your goals. You might need to write down the steps it takes to achieve those goals. That's going to be very important for you this next month. Someone promised to be there. They led with flattery, false compliments, and lies. That's where the come back down from this cloud part is coming from too. You might be placing somebody on a bit of a pedestal, and it may be blinding you to some of the red flags that might be going on. They ghosted on you. They saw your beauty, and guilt feeds on them for preying on such a pure soul. You taught them so much about empathy and real unconditional love. Now they can't face you and admit how dirty their intentions were. They feel like you already know anyway. And you may already know, but you may be avoiding looking at it. You might be in a bit of denial about it. So we also have someone is looking for a come up. Don't let others take advantage of what you have to offer. Hobosexual, someone who gets in relationships for the sole purpose of a place to stay. As Virgos generally think, trust but verify. Trust but verify. Yeah, Virgos have a tendency to really analyze every single detail, look into every single situation, and just dissect it. And that's what you're being asked to do. It usually fits Cancers as well. Check sources, ask questions, don't allow them to pull the wool over your eyes. Remember as well, some like to cause problems where there are none. Check your sources too. A lot have said similar about me, but I am a demisexual as an empath. There is always love for all. So, yeah, you could definitely be dealing with somebody who is trying to use you for what you have and who may be in and out, hot and cold, on and off. And you might be placing them on a bit of a pedestal and putting a little bit too much stock in this relationship or situation. Don't you see the truth here? We hate each other and we can't stand each other. Neither one of us ever agrees with anything that the other one says. All we ever do is argue. It's like we are siblings. I know they say you can't hate someone without love being underneath, but it must be buried very deep. Don't give up your love to me. You have an amazing heart. We are toxic to each other, and even if I don't ever agree with you or your values, I feel like you deserve happiness with someone who loves everything about you. Don't sell yourself short, settle for less, or give yourself to anyone who does not see or appreciate your shine. By the way, I do still want to be friends after all I did say you're like a sibling to me. I love butting heads with you, and we both make each other stop and think from a different perspective, but we both need a partner in love and not an opponent. This isn't sports. So, you know what? This person, they might be using you a little bit for what you have to offer and stuff like that, and they don't want to let you know about it. They don't want to tell you about it. They don't want to mess up your friendship or connection either by telling you about some of the dirtier things that they've done. But at the same time, this person really feels like you deserve so much better than them. And it's not even necessarily better than them or that they deserve better than you. It's just that you guys both deserve something different, because this person feels like all you guys would ever do is argue from sun up to sundown, and nothing would ever be something where you could actually make a compromise in the situation. So if you're dealing with a love situation, make sure that you're looking at things from a different lens than the pink glasses. And honestly, this could be somebody that you are teaching as well. somebody that looks up to you, or vice versa, somebody that you look up to. And you could be working really hard on some goals of yours, but there could be some distractions coming in from this person, whoever this person is. It doesn't have to be a love connection, but whoever this person is, it could definitely be somebody that you are learning from or they're learning from you. I feel like you're inspiring a lot of people as you're going forward. And I feel like the reason that you need to set these goals and set these practical plans into position is so that you can bring in your rewards. You've worked very hard to overcome a lot, to grow, to learn, to expand yourself, and to start going after what you want. It may even be somebody that you dealt with in the past as well, that you may have moved away from at this point. You might be waiting for something to come in the mail as well, or something important could come in the mail this next month. You're definitely working on some goals though, and you're very passionate about whatever you're choosing to do. You're going to be feeling very passionate. You're going to be feeling very alive. You're going to be feeling very driven and motivated to go after and achieve what it is that you're working on. But a lot of that is going to need a grounded energy added to it. So February for you, I feel like, is going to be about working together with people. It may even be that you might be meeting this person soon as well. If you meet somebody that you argue a lot with, you guys constantly end up competing a bit more than working together. Nice. College transfer applications. What are you going to college for? I feel like you going to college is very inspiring to other people as well. There might be some people around you that are thinking about going because of you. Yeah, you definitely have a lot of momentum behind you, a lot of drive, a lot of forward motion going on. It feels like you're very aligned in whatever it is that you're working towards. Nice. That actually fits very well with a little while ago, part of the collective reading was talking about going into counseling and psychology and things like that. Yeah, you're a very strong leader, and you are somebody who is going to inspire a lot of people with the things that you are working on. These things that you are working on are really going to help you to build up success in your life, and it's really going to help you to be able to help others learn and grow and expand themselves. There's going to be a lot of movement this next month, a lot of forward momentum, a lot of aligning. I feel like wherever you're transferring to is a very good move for you. And it's really going to give you a newfound passion as well. I can understand that. I hope that there isn't a conflict with your professors helping you as well. Because that could be part of it, honestly, because there's like a teacher-student type of vibe here going on. I feel like, though, you're going to learn how to stand strong on your own from a lot of what is happening here, too, and to learn that you are fully capable of doing a lot more than you thought you might have been in the past as well. I'm going to grab a couple more cards, and then we're going to call this one good. So we have, when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. So there might be some triggers that you're dealing with, things that are causing you to maybe be a little stressed or anxious in certain ways. And there's a need to really dive into those triggers, to not avoid them or move away from them, but to really look at them and examine where they're coming from, what caused the trigger, and why it caused that trigger. And then to accept that everything that happens is a way to teach you and guide you. So those triggers happening are there so that you can really honor them, look at them, and learn from them. I can go ahead and pull a card for that really quick. Trust in your intuition. You aren't meant to know everything. Listen to your higher self, connect with your higher self. Feel like you can delve into your emotions while still remaining grounded. Know that there is going to be forward movement. There's going to be new perspectives, new ideas, new thoughts and understandings coming to you. And I really feel like that's pretty much the universe saying that we're not going to answer that question. You're not meant to know everything, but you are on the right path. So just trust that what is happening is meant to happen, and whatever ends up happening is what is meant to happen going forward. So, Lydia just sent me money on PayPal. Did you have a question, Lydia? Until we hear from her, I'm going to pull a couple cards and we're going to talk about those. Wait and see. I understand that, and it is stressful waiting on something like that, not knowing for sure, but I would say that something is going to come up and you're going to be able to do everything you need to do. Wait and see. Thoughts love to wander into assumptions and race ahead to the future. Live in the present moment. But what if I told them, or what if you told them to cool their jets and just chill for a sec? Today, you get to put your mental chatter on pause, to take a deep breath and simply wait and see how things play out before you let your mind run a marathon of imagined scenarios. Wait, and you will see that the waiting and seeing was a lot more productive than wondering and worrying. Because when you let your mind wonder and worry and constantly stress and overthink, all you do is really, you hurt yourself for no reason. And a lot of times it doesn't change the outcome, but sometimes it changes the outcome for the worst when you constantly stress over it too. You're welcome. I always trust the direction of the universe, and I know that I am being guided. So yeah, and I feel like this is them telling you after the last question, this is to ease your mind and help you feel like things are going to work out just fine, and that's okay. It's okay that we don't know everything. I understand that. There's been so much stress over my life. And the last couple years it's been like one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. But it's also to show you just how much that you can handle and how much you can really go through without it tearing you apart, and to also teach you how to be able to be peaceful. Circle 7. Did you have a question? Oh no, what? What question does your person have for me? And what do they want to know about you? Okay. First thing I'm going to say is allow things to unfold naturally and build and grow, and just move forward in a very natural way. Let's see. Julia, dream today is for paid questions, but here in about 2 weeks, I'm going to do another free session as well. It's okay. I wouldn't be me if it wasn't for that. So, what does your person have for you? What do they want to know about you? And about this situation with this person. Workaholic. Climb the ladder to the top. Never a break or time to stop. Remember rest and self-care. Don't leave yourself bare. What is truly important to you? Act accordingly in what you do. Don't quit. A rest is all you need. Show a good example in how you lead. Don't push yourself till it's too hard to bear, till you're writhing and pulling out your hair. Pull back and take a breath. Don't be the cause of your own death. So if anybody's interested in my poems, you can find a link for Dee's story time in the description box below, and you can find these poems on there. Shine your light. Shine your light on the world today. Spread your light with what you say. Fill up your cup so you can see all darkness before you will flee. Your power is great and meant to heal. Believe in you and know that it's real. Cleanse your energy, carve your legacy, allow yourself to open up, heal yourself, and fill your cup. So, don't allow yourself to get buried in something else to distract you from the situation going on. Make sure that you are living in the present moment. Make sure that you are really having a balance in your work life, in your home life, in your friendship life. Don't allow any area to fully take you over and throw you off track. Believe in yourself. Make sure that you are loving yourself and taking care of yourself first and foremost. And the more that you take care of you, you will be able to take care of other people better. This person wants to express truth to you, possibly about emotions. You may even be wanting to express this truth. Remember that this is in the first stages of love, but I feel like there is a equal blooming of this love going on, that both of you are mirroring each other. Both of you are really seeing amazing things in the other person, but those amazing things that you are seeing in each other are also present within yourself. So don't allow yourself to get carried away by it, and don't allow yourself to be broken down by it. Know that you are very fertile, very abundant. Know that you are a very kind, nurturing, loving, caring person. This person may definitely see you as somebody that would make a very good mother, somebody who may be very good with kids. They may even want to ask you what you think about kids, or what you see in the future for yourself as well. Both of you may work a lot too, and that could be part of the reason why they might be wondering what would happen if you had kids or something along those lines. They may be in an energy of overthinking things as well. They may be a little bit blunt with their words. They may be unsure of how to say some of the things they want to say, because they may be somebody who is a little bit aloof or distant when it comes to emotions. There is definitely some sort of truth that this person wants to say to you or reveal to you. They may even have something that they might want to apologize for, because they may feel like they said something harshly, or they may feel like they might have came off as a bit cold in some sort of way. So they might be just really questioning things and worrying about things and feeling like maybe you're just this amazing person, and they're not sure if they would even be able to handle a situation. Integrity. I align with the center of myself, a glowing core of personal integrity. Emanating from this core is the knowledge that I never have to compromise who I am or what I want for anybody. I can live a life that does not include settling, unless I want to settle, in which case, settling would be my idea of perfection and would cease to be considered settling. Paradoxes hurt. This is why I was saying take it nice and slow and steady. Make sure that you guys are opening up and getting to know each other better. Make sure that you are really building something from the ground up with a very sturdy foundation. Make sure that you're expressing yourself truthfully. If you want to let them know that, hey, I'm kind of having a little bit of feelings for you. I wouldn't mind seeing where this could go or something along those lines. Then go ahead and put that out there. But just remember, if they say something back that you aren't liking in return, that's okay too. And make sure that you are not placing anybody on a pedestal. Make sure that you are seeing your value, your beauty, your amazingness, and don't allow anything to cloud your view of yourself. There may be some sort of shocking communication that comes into you, something that you're not expecting. There may be a very quick movement forward. This person may even be traveling somewhere or something along those lines. Maybe they knew this already and they didn't tell you, which is maybe what they want to tell you and apologize for. There's something that this person may want to apologize for, something that they could have done or said, or something that may not have taken your feelings into consideration, that they're thinking about, mulling over, really wondering what they should do, but they really want to step into their integrity and express some sort of truth to you. And it may be something that they just really quickly say, and it may come out garbled, or it may come out cold, or it may come out harsh. And just remember that this person is trying to be honest with you, and they're trying to be honest with you because they feel like you deserve the truth. So that is what I got for that question. I hope that helped you. And unless somebody else wants to ask a question, we are going to get back to what the universe wants to say collectively. So let's see. We have: you may be receiving messages from the other side. It will bring you new insights. Trust in your guides. You are being called to be straightforward and to stand out. Awakening to your powers of mystical vision or even claircognizance. Trust the messages that it brings. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here today. Hyena. Bringing masculine and feminine aspects into balance. Know when to take action and when to be passive or receptive. The instincts of the hyena will help you to understand what moves are best. They can teach us balance, help us to realize our power, and be grateful for what we have, to not long for what we don't have. Independence, communication, and community are highlighted. You are someone who brings the warmth of this something to the coldness of the earth. You may awaken others to their strengths and their weaknesses. So you could definitely be dealing with somebody. The hyena really reminds me of, you know what, every person that I have any kind of relationship with, there's an animal that they end up reminding me of. The last person that I dealt with reminded me of a hyena. And he couldn't figure out why I said hyena. And there was one night where we were talking about something, and he ended up just like laying down on the floor and laughing his ass off for like 10 minutes. And I stood over him and I was like, and you wonder why I said you remind me of a hyena. So you could definitely be dealing with somebody who is really bringing you a lot of new awareness, new insight, new understandings. You're really finding balance and helping and uncovering powers that you may not have seen before. You're learning to be grateful for what you have and not to be constantly longing, stressing, or worrying about what may be coming in or what you don't have. You're really learning how to stand strong on your own 2 feet, and you're learning how to communicate and how to really be more active in your community. You may be learning some more about networking and being okay with who you are when you're doing this, and not worried so much about what anybody is thinking or speaking about, knowing that there are going to be those who see you in a good light and speak about you in a good light, and there's going to be exactly the opposite too. You always end up with both sides of the coin. You always end up with good and bad when it comes to things like that. Don't be careless in your connections. Be discerning of who you are and allow into your energy. You are responsible for the choices that you make and what you allow into your life. So you may also be, there could have been some victimhood mentalities going on in the back. And you might be moving out of this energy into more of a self-aware, energy, more of a I have the power back in my hands now because I know that the choices that are made in my life are made by me, and accepting that and understanding that it's okay that you made some choices that weren't the greatest choices in the world, and that you can make new choices anytime if you want to. And also knowing that we're not always meant to know every single thing that's going on, but you do know a lot of what is going on. So you are learning to trust in that and to really allow that to guide you from now on, instead of maybe blocking out some of the things that you might be hearing or realizing when it comes to situations. Don't allow others to continue walking all over you. You are no longer accepting less than what you are worth. So the reason that you had to go through some of the things that you went through is because you had to learn how to overcome any victimhood mentality, overcome any imbalances in your life, overcome any areas where you were not setting your proper boundaries, any areas where you were not questioning things that you knew were going on and you didn't have a reason for why you knew, or you didn't have proof, but you continued to stay instead because of the lack of proof. But now you are starting to see that you were right all along, and you definitely should be moving away from situations where you feel like that in. You are here. X marks the spot. If you are here, it's for a reason, a purpose much longer than just a season. Overcoming is a must. In faith, place your trust. Happiness blooms from inside all the pain that you can abide. Strength is yours to harness well. If you believe, you can never fail. You're on your path. Listen now. Ask your heart where and how. All the answers will come to you once you switch to a more peaceful view. And once again, if you guys want to find this poem, you can find it on D's Storytime, and there's a link in the description box below. I would really appreciate the extra likes, shares, comments, and subscribes on there. It would be awesome. So you guys are really learning that everything that has happened has led you where you are. Everything that has happened was meant to be. You really gained a lot of strength from everything you went through, a lot of wisdom from everything you went through, and you are really on the right path, and happiness is really starting to bloom inside of yourself, and you're seeing now that it comes from you, and it doesn't come from the external sources or anything outside yourself. It comes from inside more than it does anything around you. I'm going to go ahead and grab some of these Secrets Exposed messages. I'm feeling very drawn to grab a few of those right now. A new connection begins. A beat down. Black magic. Gather your wits. And you are claircognizant, so you have wits. You bring peace, believe in yourself. We had something about that earlier as well, that psychology energy from earlier in the reading. You have the key, open the door. Love yourself fully and find your truth. Get in touch with your inner hard side and inner strength. So you may be a little out of balance, a little more in your feminine energy, maybe even denying or disliking some portions of your masculine energy and your masculine side. It is time to stop feeling like you're rude for setting your boundaries firmly and not giving in. That hard, unyielding energy is what you need to be in right now. Not really allowing anybody else to control how you're feeling, how you're acting, how you're responding, to really tear you down, to pull you out of your faith. It's time to step more fully in your faith, and it is time to really pray and release any fears, doubts, or anxieties. Disallow that energy that is coming in from negative sources. There may be people that might be sending negative energies, entities, maybe even performing spell work on you, but you are protected. Believe that, trust in that, have faith in that, pray. Make sure that you are not giving that your time, your energy, all of those kind of things, so that it is not affecting you in the ways that they expect it to. Actions exposed, no more lying. So somebody's actions may be exposed as well. You may be getting insights and awareness. So people are being exposed by the divine for their actions, for the negative energies and entities they're sending out. They're being exposed and they are being stopped. And it is time to believe in that and trust in that power, and to remove anything that holds that power over you, to not be feeling like you are confined by it or restricted by it, or you have to lessen yourself because of it. Stand in your power, stand in your faith, and know that you will be protected throughout this time period. Let's see what else the divine and the angels and ancestors would like to talk to us about today. Sorry about the interruptions, guys. There has been a whole amp up of the spiritual warfare over here the last couple days, but I was also told to say what I needed to say about it the other day and to not hide that one. I haven't given it any of my energy, but they amped it up because of that. Know your strength, know your beauty, rise up over the past and stand in your power. No longer will you be the victim or play the victim. Instead, you will make the changes necessary to change your life. You have the power within you. It was there all along. You just never saw it before. Take this leap of faith. You will be caught and supported by the universe if you just believe that your prayers will be answered. That's pretty much what I was saying in parts of that where it kept shutting off. Arm yourself against a worldly view. They won't stop me, though. What truly feels right to you in your heart, you will find the answers that you seek in your mind. Don't overthink. Don't give in. Stand strong in the position that you're in. If you have something to say, say it. Don't worry what other people think. Exactly. If you can't love yourself, you can't give or receive love appropriately because your self-hate will be projected on you and others. See yourself in a higher light through heaven's eyes, the Prince of Egypt soundtrack. So it's time to start seeing your value in a different way, to stop thinking of your value in a worldly way and to start thinking of your value in the way of, am I a good person? How have I touched people's lives? What difference do I make in this world? It's a Wonderful Life is coming to mind, where he really just wanted to be gone, and he didn't think that he really made a very big impact on the world, and the whole world would be better off without him there. And he got to see what the world would be like without him there. What would the world be like with your absence? Would it be a pretty place, or would it be worse off without you? A harvest is just around the corner for you. You might not see it yet, but know that it is there. You have worked long and hard for this, and this soil is fertile. And fertile soil always bears fruit. Have faith. So have faith that the soil that you have been working and turning, and it's like this compost heap, you've been working it, turning it, filling it with all these good things, and now this fertile soil at your feet is going to be bearing a lot of fruit. So have faith and trust in that. You are starting to notice and break karmic cycles, patterns handed down through time. Accept that your parents did the best that they could at the time with the tools that they had. This actually came out in the last live reading too, I think. They loved you and tried to show it, although most didn't even know what love really was. Neither did you. Forgive yourself as a parent or a partner or a child who didn't know how to love. Forgive your parents, partners, and children too. Pray for healing for you and all, and lead the way to victory. You have it within you to heal. Spread your story, inspiring others as you go, and really making an impact, but only through acceptance of self and others as humans and forgiveness of mistakes and harmful beliefs or actions can you acknowledge and lead a new way of love and light as a light worker. So this is about, really seeing people and yourself in a different light and realizing that we all have that shadow and that light side. And we can't be in the light side 24/7 all the time, all year long, year after year. There's going to be times where everybody ends up in some lower vibrational energy. And whether you intend to or not, you end up hurting people around you when you're in that energy. And some people, yes, intentionally hurt people, but less people intentionally hurt people than people really think. Everybody always thinks that everybody's intentionally out there hurting everybody, and they're all so evil and cruel. And when you think like that, you see the whole world as an evil, cruel place. Or you can see the whole world as a loving, goodness-filled place with some hard things that happen at times, with some hurt people that are hurting people, and Some of them aren't even meaning to or even seeing that they are, because they're so stuck in their own crap that they don't even realize some of the actions or things that they're doing on the back burner. A powerfully big ego it must take for humans to think only their planet out of all the vast galaxies could hold life. It's the same ego that drives them to believe that animals are just dumb beasts, or that children don't deserve the same respect as adults do. There's a lot of ego that affects things in the human world. Try not to let it guide your actions. It takes big pride to cling to being right, even when you're proven wrong. It also takes a fear of abandonment or punishment. They will lie continuously and hold on for dear life. It's exactly why beating kids never works. But sitting them down and talking to them, admitting that you have been there and done that, but it doesn't make it okay. Sometimes you have learned the hard way. It's amazing what respect and a conversation one-on-one can do for you and for them. So instead of jumping into that ego and thinking you need to control things and everything must be going as you see fit, it's time to really sit down and talk about things and compromise on things and really get to the bottom of things and the root and heart of the matter when it comes to the situations you're dealing with other people. And it's amazing what that can do to your relationships, your friendships, your family. All of the things that are going on around you where there may be disharmony can be brought into harmonious energy simply by sitting down and having an honest conversation, and everybody trying to be respectful of each other, and everybody calling each other when they're being disrespectful and being able to admit when they are and apologizing for it. Do you know how many times I've apologized to my kids? I've apologized to my kids a lot, because pride is not what matters most. What matters most is the love that we have for each other. And that love goes away when you can't admit that you're wrong at times, and when you can't take up your wrong energy and then apologize for it. Also, it teaches my kids to apologize when they're wrong. Instead of clinging to their pride and ego, they're able to say, hey, Mom, I'm sorry I treated you that way. That wasn't okay. And you know what? I'm going to try to do better in the future. And that's all you can do. That's all anybody can do. Whether you're a parent, whether you're a child, whether you're a partner or a friend, it doesn't matter. There are times where everybody's an asshole, period. And that's just the way it is. But not being able to apologize for those things is what really destroys a lot of relationships. You will be able to navigate hard situations that arise with a positive attitude. Playfulness, happiness, and good fortune are coming to you. Keep an open mind. Some change, even if it appears bad at first, can be a great thing. Do not fear. Have courage and face things head on. Do not worry or fret. Live in the moment and go with the flow. That is pretty much exactly what I'm doing right now. Freedom and the ability to break the chains that bind. You are able to keep stability throughout these changes. Your life will be revitalized. You have the mental strength to know and see who are friends and who are enemies. Joy is the ultimate creator. I am a spirit having a human experience, and I am here to get closer to love. My fearless freedom lights up the world around me. So it's time to be fearless. It's time to be free. And it is time to say what you need to say and to not worry what anybody thinks about that, what anybody expects from you. And what you expect from yourself. It's time to really be truthful and honest with you, and to let go of your fear and to express yourself the way that you want to express yourself without worrying about it. And to realize that you are a spirit having a human experience. You're here to get closer to love, but that doesn't mean that you're always in a state of love either. That's why you have to go through the lessons, and that's why you have to learn these things, is so that you can express them in the right way. Joy is the ultimate creator. Stay in that energy of joy, happiness, love, and light. Be present in the moment and allow yourself to feel what you are going through right now. Don't worry so much about the past. Don't worry so much about the future. Forgive and release and let go of the harsher things in the past, and just allow yourself to enjoy life exactly as it is, instead of wishing for so much more. But just in this moment right now, what do you have to be grateful for? Ask yourself that, and take a moment to be thankful for that. Instead of worried about what isn't there or upset about what might not come, be happy right now exactly as you are. And those high vibrations is going to bring in a lot better for you as well. So we have the Sun card, the Seven of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. So you might be learning and growing, and it may be a very long journey, something that you've had to be committed, dedicated to, something that has taken a lot of work, and it has really taken you examining things in a more truthful stance and understanding what's been going on. And this is the star card, not the stars card, not the sun. But you may have had to move out of a people pleasing energy where you were doing everything to make others happy. And yes, some of that is their fault when they walk over you like a doormat, but you put yourself at their feet and told them to wipe their feet on you. So part of that is your fault as well. So you're taking up that responsibility for that. You're learning from it. You're growing from it. And you are now putting down effective boundaries. And people may not like it at first. There may be a rough energy that goes on. You may lose a lot of people, but sometimes people just need time to realize that this is the new you and you are no longer going to be that person anymore. It may even take them getting over a lot of pride themselves to realize that they really were wiping their feet on you like you were a doormat. Whether you allowed it or not, it was not okay. And now they're going to be seeing that as well. Have hope, faith, and trust that everything that you are going through right now is really bringing a better way of being around for yourself and for others around you. You're really learning how to delve into your emotions and to remain grounded and in more of a stable energy. You might have even went from one extreme to the other. You might have been a doormat for everybody to wipe their feet on, and then you might have turned into a hammer, nailing those nails into the ground and really stomping on people around you because you got sick of being stomped on yourself. And so when you went to stand up for yourself, you may have been a lot more harsh than you intended to be. And it may have taken you a minute to realize that, hey, this isn't who I want to be either. And I want to have a happy medium. I don't want to be being so hard on others or hurtful towards others, but I also don't want them being hurtful or hard towards me. It's kind of like when somebody grows up being bullied or beaten down, and then they learn to be the bully so that they are no longer bullied by the bullies. But then they realize that, hey, when I'm bullying other people, I'm just showing them how to be the same bully that bullied me. And also, I'm being that same bully that bullied me. So now I don't want to be that and I don't want to be that. But there is a nice, happy medium between the two where I can be a very good person. And at the same time, I can take care of myself too and not allow people to treat me badly. Support. Look at the vast network of support in my life, and I am reminded of what a superpower it gives me. At any moment, I can call on an army of top-notch people who want the best for me, which means I'm basically invincible. Take that, loneliness. Run for the hills, boredom. I'm sorry, what did you just say to me? All-pervasive, consuming anxiety? Damn right you didn't. So you might also be realizing that where you thought you didn't have anybody, there might have been more people that were behind you to support you than you thought. And some of the things that they may have done in the past caused you to believe that they were not on your side, that they were people that you had to fight, that they were people you had to rise up against. But now you might be seeing too that those same people that you may have disagreed with or fought with or things like that might actually be your biggest support network as well. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words that I need when I am ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. So you are really stepping into this power of faith and hope and trust and belief, and you are really allowing any of the anxiety, doubt, fear, hurt, rejection to fall away. You're realizing that rejection is simply protection, and that the things that are meant to fall away are meant to fall away for a reason. And as one door closes, another door opens. So even the people that you have lost along this route and on this path, those people were meant to fall away and out of your life. And you are starting to run into new open doors that you can walk through with people that are on a much better vibration and are wanting to go down the same path as you towards the same goal of peace and love. So that's what I have for that portion of the message. If there's nobody who wants to ask a question, I'm going to go back into a new collective message from the divine and see what else they want to tell us today. So let's see what we have here. Watching you, ugh. Watching you grow fills me with joy. Hearing your laughter after so long of grieving is so amazing. It's like music that calls to me, even on the other side. Know that I am watching over you, and I wish that I could reach out and touch you. To hug you would be like water to a man in the desert, as I know that it would be for you as well. We will see each other again one day. But until then, live your life because it brings me so much joy to watch your passion and your vibrancy. Whoever this person is that may be talking to you from the other side may be very bad at spelling. Just to throw that out there as well. There's a couple spelling errors in there, and I'm actually a very good speller. But apparently, there's a lot of spelling errors in this message. There's somebody watching you on the other side that wants to let you know how much they love seeing you come back to life again after the pain, hurt, and hardship that you went through. And they are just really enjoying watching you build yourself, grow your life. Choices. You chose another, I let you walk. I still feel weak when you talk. You wore my heart on a string. The look in your eyes made my soul sing. I let my love freely take flight. With it that strong, how could I fight? I'll always remember the feelings I felt. You broke through and made my heart melt. Close to me, I felt your vibe. In you, I let myself imbibe. From now on, your spot is secure, but from you, it will be kept for sure. Brothers is what you will be for now. After everything, I will not bow. But your friendship means the world to me. That's why I let you fly free. So, there could definitely be some energy of releasing and letting go of the past, of the hurt, of the pain, of the fact that there was an unrequited love going on. And it doesn't mean that it was completely unrequited either. There could definitely have been love going on, but it just wasn't the same kind of love between you both. And I feel like your heart may have been on ice when you ran into this person, but they really melted it, allowed it to open up again, allowed you to open up again, allowed you to really grow and become this beautiful, vibrant person again. And it was a trigger, something that was meant to bring you out of the heartbreak, the hurt, the pain, the turmoil of the past. And it may have caused some turmoil as well. But there may not have even been closure in this situation as well. But everything that happened here also showed you exactly what energy you had been in and what energy you wanted to be in again. And so now you are no longer allowing yourself to be hurt to the point that you are in a cold-hearted energy again, because you are ready to fly free and to enjoy life, and you are no longer wanting to live your life in misery just because people may choose other people over you. Rejection is protection. We were actually just talking about that a few minutes ago. And that's what that amounts to, is that this situation wasn't meant for you, but you will find a better one. And you have still been able to keep your heart open and in that warm, beautiful energy, even with losing this person too. You have an inner beauty that shines so bright. Stop hiding it. It is time to shine. As you do, bring the world to life around you. Revel in that light. Bask in it. Feel it and be grateful for it. With great power comes great responsibility. Use it wisely. Don't allow yourself to be cast into shame and despair by others. Instead, lift them up out of theirs. Don't allow them to get under your skin. Instead, love the skin that you are in. You can handle the shade thrown your way because you are the sun. Lead the way towards the light with confidence and assurance in your skills, because they are far more honed than you believe or even give yourself credit for. Start seeing the real you instead of the projected images. People will always think what they are going to think. It doesn't have to affect your thoughts. Are you a sheep or a wolf? A wolf is more of a shepherd, after all, and a shepherd is a teacher. There's a lot of people who think it's a bad thing to be the wolf. But first off, wolves are very loyal. Wolves care very deeply for their family, for their loved ones. They really take care of them. They take care of each other. They fight hard for each other. They also, if you want to get technical, dogs come from wolves. And we have sheepdogs who herd the sheep and who take care of them and watch over them and love them and lead them. I mean, that's what a leader is, where the sheeps are the followers. Be at peace with being seen as evil, because there may be some people who do see you that way. but they're projecting their own hurt or pain or their own whatever is going on within themselves is what they're projecting to you. And you don't have to allow that to be your truth. You know your truth. Stand proud in that truth. Make sure that you stand confident in that truth and that you don't let other people's truth become your own truth. You are leading the way for a lot of other people. You are doing a very good job at multitasking and balancing things, keeping things going in the proper order, and really, this jar is just pouring itself over here. There's a little gnome pouring it, but you got a lot of help on the spiritual side as well. You got a lot of angels, guides looking over you. The natural realm, the earthly realm, I feel like is looking over you very much as well. Mother Nature is on your side. You are very steady, firm, and stable. Believe in that. Know that. Trust that you are very deeply rooted and grounded when it comes to taking action. You know what direction is best for you. You know what direction is good for you. You may even be called upon to make those decisions for not only yourself, but your family as well. And some of you may have fallen into an energy where you might have been very upset thinking that you made the wrong decision, or having other people blame you for the decision. But if they couldn't make a decision themselves and you made the decision for everybody because they were refusing to make a decision, then that decision doesn't just fall on you, it falls on the whole group because the whole group decided to follow you. So yes, you are responsible for making the decision, but they are responsible for following that decision as well. And some people might want to blame that on you, but everybody's responsible for their own choices. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. The presence of love will always cast out fear. I honor how I want to feel. So you may be holding back in some sort of way, but you're being asked to honor how you want to feel and what actions you want to take going forward. When you act in a loving way, it always casts out that fear. You're really being asked to acknowledge both your shadow side and your light side and integrate them into being inside of yourself, to acknowledge them both so that you can work on the things you feel like you need to work on, and so that you can act in your most authentic way and be the most authentic you that you can be. And you're really grounding yourself and becoming rooted so that you can follow your intuition and trust in it to lead you in the right direction, and so that you can really see the truth of what direction is best for you and for those that you love. And there's something that you are really feeling very deeply and needing to express, and it's time to express that and let it out, and to know that that is what makes you most beautiful, is what you have been holding back from the view of others out of fear. So let's see what other things the universe wants to talk about today. Earthworm. Earthworms come out when it rains, only to feed, mate, or move to another place. It represents the relationship between active and passive energies in life. Darkness is not always a bad thing, but it may be time to move towards the light. That is beckoning to you by cleansing and clearing your energy field. Miraculous regeneration and healing is why this animal is with you now. Just when you feel like giving up, you will receive a breakthrough. Your rebirth will come at the perfect time. Take life one step at a time. Be patient with yourself and with others. Sometimes it is difficult to come out in the open. Slow movement is so that you can learn. Confront your fear or dislike of doing something and learn from it. What you give is what you get. Dig through the dirt and allow it to be the fuel that pushes you forward. So if you are hiding something and keeping something back and remaining in the closet in some sort of way, you may actually be attracting other energies that are doing the same thing, that are keeping part of themselves hidden. And it may not be in the same way. I mean, you could be hiding like your love or your level of emotion or something that you really want to do in life. And you could end up running into somebody who is hiding the fact that they're cheating on everybody that they're with. And it's that same energy, you're both hiding something. So the more authentic you are, the more authentic of people that you will be interacting with, because people will be mirroring back to you what you are putting out. So it is time now to come out of the closet and to reveal anything that you may be holding back from the world, and to accept yourself fully and accept others fully. If somebody else has something to reveal themselves, it's also time to accept them fully and be okay with what they have to reveal, even if it hurts you, because now they are being honest. And they need somebody's support in being honest, because their biggest fear was in being honest, they were going to be rejected and hated and looked down on. And now you are being asked to step into that leadership role and to show them that love and support awaits those who choose to be their authentic self. Others may have purposefully overburdened you, put their workload on you fully, and refused to help you so that you would be distracted and wouldn't have time for your own goals. I dealt with this myself. My ex, I pretty much did every single damn thing except for go to a job. He went to a job and he was supposed to be doing the dishes and trash, but it happened maybe once every 2 weeks, and that was all he was supposed to be helping with at home besides our kids. And even like the yard work, he'd come out and help me with it, and we'd get it all caught up every 6 months or so. But the only things that got done in between were little things that I did in between to keep it up as much as I could. But I had so many other things on my plate that much wasn't getting done. And his family offered to come over and help one day because he was bitching about it. But he had told all of them that I did absolutely nothing around there ever, and he was the only one who ever did anything in the yard. And you know what? The only one who ever did anything in the yard between those times where me and him both went out there and tackled the biggest parts of it was me. But some people can't face that truth. They can't express who they really are or what they're really doing, because they feel like his family is very, very, very judgmental. He has always been afraid of their judgment. He has always been afraid of what they think of him. They're very overly critical. They're just really cruel in a lot of ways, and all they do is gossip about everybody and talk down about everybody, and all he does is overthink things and want to make everybody happy and want everybody to see him as perfect. And because his mom his whole life has saw him as perfect, and he doesn't want anybody to see him as anything less than that. So why would he be honest about it? Why would he expose who he truly is to them? Because he wouldn't feel like they would love him if he did. That's just a good example of that energy, though. So blame it all on me, and he doesn't have to deal with the brunt of their disapproval. They can just all hate me instead. Your seeds are sprouting. Master Manifester, success is coming. An attitude of gratitude is paying off. Allow your blessings to come in. You have overcome so much. Fertility from growth. Good job. Good job healing. Abundance is yours. Home is where the heart is. Luck is with you now. Awesome work. Know that it's true. Good karma is coming for you. You have worked hard. Celebrate your coming success. So there is a lot of success coming your way, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. There may have been a lot of chaos, stormy seasons, just harsh, hurtful, painful things that you have gone through, and lesson after lesson. But because you went through these things, because you saw all of these things as a lesson, as a learning period, as growth, and you really took the actions necessary to do those things in your life, there's so much abundance, so much fertility, so many good things coming your way, because you have broken the chains and the old karmic cycles, and now you are really going to be succeeding. You're going to be flying high. You're going to be transforming into this very abundant, fertile energy, and there's going to be beautiful blessings around you. There may be some money coming in. There may be some love coming in. There may be a new child coming in. There may be a new house coming in. There's going to be a lot of luck and abundance and fertility and growth coming in. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is here. The rainbow, the promised rainbow at the end of the storm is here. And the beautiful colors are starting to shine. Everybody is really exposing who they truly are and coming out of that closet and just being real with the world around them. And because they're being real with the world around them, good things are coming in. So celebrate that success now. Celebrate it. Pat yourself on the back. Tell yourself, good job. Congratulations. I am so proud of you. Because that is where it starts. And really make sure that you are celebrating your success, celebrating your wins, upping your vibration, and just feeling the beauty that is coming your way. Hidden pain. I cry these silent tears today. Compassion has never came my way. If I'm upset, it's always crazy. All my thoughts are so hazy. I'm always there to give a hug. My heartstrings, they always tug. But on the flip side, I'm alone. No one enters that crazy zone. I'm treated as less for my tears or opening up and expressing my fears. It's allowed for all but me. I am tired of not being free. Why is it okay for others to cry, but when it's me, they can't understand why? I haven't always been the best on this front, accused others like me of having a front, all because it was done to me. I now know better, and I set you free. So, by the way, if you take yourself off alone and you start crying by yourself in a corner where nobody can see you, how do you expect anybody to be okay with helping you out? How do you expect anybody to reach out and say something? How do you expect anybody to see your pain if you don't show it? And yes, there's going to be people who are really cruel about that pain, but they have also had people be very cruel towards them about their pain, and they haven't worked through that or accepted it yet, and they don't express their own, so they feel like you're emotionally manipulating them, or you're just being a big baby or a pussy or a whatever they were called in the past for expressing themselves. And you are now coming out of any of this energy that you may have been trapped in, and you're starting to see that the world is a warmer place than you believed it to be. Because of the pain you went through, you might have believed that it was a very cold, harsh, cruel place. But there are good things in this world too, and there are good people in this world too, and you might start running into a lot of those because you're being more authentically you. And you're allowing yourself to see and be seen now instead of hiding half of yourself away or expecting anyone else to hide half of themselves away. I am a catch. I am a total catch, and I know all the reasons why. I know that anyone would be lucky to be with me, and that doesn't mean that I am arrogant or snobby. Self-respect is just one of the many qualities exhibited by this complete and utter babe. Any empaths who have dealt with narcissists or just people who have gone through toxic situations in their life with people accusing them of being horrible, awful, or mean or cruel people simply because they were respecting themselves, loving themselves, caring for themselves, you are starting to realize that those things are okay. It's okay to do those things for yourselves. And actually, you do much better for everyone around you when you are doing those things for yourselves. And you know now that you are a total catch. You are really transforming into this energy of I am fucking amazing and I deserve to be treated as such. And I will treat everyone else as this unique, beautiful butterfly as well, and see their beautiful qualities and know that they are a catch too, even if they're not my catch. And even if I'm not their catch, that's okay, because I am a catch still. Rejection is no longer causing you to feel less than or to feel like, and you are also starting to realize that rejecting other people is not a bad thing either, because rejecting other people is protection for them. Because if you are not the one that loves them in that way and wants to be with them in that way, then you hurting them for that momentary second is a lot better than hurting them in the long run by not telling them that, right? Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good for myself and for others. Not just for you, but for everyone around you. You are starting to realize that those people who rejected you, they weren't being cruel by telling you that they didn't love you or that they didn't want to be in a relationship with you. They were being honest. And you are being honest with other people, not cruel when you are saying that same thing. Your patience, your persistence, your dedication, your faith, your trust in your path and your purpose, it is all bearing so many fruits. And you may be seeing some examples of that right now, but this is just the beginning. There is a whole forest, a whole grove of apple trees behind her. And this one may be blooming and she might be picking these apples, but there is a lot of seeds that you have planted that are getting ready to bear fruit. You have really been able to rise above, to be open-minded, non-judgmental, and you are really leaving behind any judgments of yourself or anybody else, and you're starting to see the beauty around you. And you are starting to indulge in that beauty without feeling guilty for allowing yourself to receive a bit. Your patience, your persistence, your dedication, your commitment, your faith, and your trust is all paying off in spades, really. It really is that rainbow at the end of the tunnel that is coming out. And it's because you have been able to unguard yourself, release that armor, and to just stand up and be you. So let's see what else Spirit wants to talk about. We have. You are so calm and serene. Your beauty is so deep. You are far from surface level of beauty and far from shallow as well. You are so flexible and adaptable. I don't think that there is a challenge that you could not face. You are so optimistic and hopeful. You have faced treachery and hardship with such grace and integrity. You light up the world around you, and you truly inspire others. Your leadership is always through action. You teach others so much just by being yourself. Truly, madly, deeply, Savage Garden. I'll be your dream, I'll be your wish, I'll be your fantasy. I'll be your hope, I'll be your love, be everything that you need. You are so special to me, and I am willing to go anywhere you lead. Lead on, my dear. And this is reminding me of that last portion as well, where we were talking about being able to lead and not blaming yourself only because you had the responsibility of making the choice, because everybody chose to follow too. And they are responsible for their own choices just as much as you are for your choices. And leaders always have a tendency to really put everything on their own shoulders. But it's time to release some of those burdens and equally share them. Because a good leader knows too that they can delegate things, and that yes, ultimately they did choose to put that person in charge, but at the same time, just because a mistake was made does not mean that it was all your fault. You're really learning how to come out of a guilt or shame or any sense like that, and to really be able to accept that people trusted you to lead, and that didn't mean they trusted you to be perfect. They just trusted you to lead. And now you're stepping back into that leadership zone again, really being able to accept yourself as you are. Homeless but not hopeless. My fingertips are numb, alone, some forgotten bum. Winter is almost here, fall is close enough, I fear. Abundance I can almost taste, this time will not go to waste. Enough to take care of those close to me, enough to live our lives free. A place none will fear to go is a forever home, and that's what I'll sow. With plants and trees, life's necessities, enough to travel with my girls, in seeing new cultures their mind unfurls. Moving forward, looking back, time to finally unpack. Abundance is mine, it's plain to see, enough to finally set me free. So you could be coming into a very abundant energy, into a lot of good things. You may have went through a time period of very harsh circumstances, of very hard circumstances, a very learning time period where you learned, you grew, you have really had to deal with a lot, but you are now coming out of this, and there is so much abundance and beauty and blessings that are coming in. And if it's not here yet, continue to believe that it is coming, because it will be coming. Every cycle always ends up shifting and changing and turning around. Like the Wheel of Fortune states, what goes up must come down, and what goes down must come up. It's all in the peace you feel throughout the cycles, because there's always going to be ups and downs in life. And we could either allow those to distract us, to throw us off track, to crush us into the ground, or we can be at peace and trust that when there's something hard going on in our life, that's okay, because it will get better. And when there's something really good going on in our life, celebrate it, love it, be grateful for it, because at any time it could go down the drain. And so it's an equal entity opportunity. Rebel with a cause. You wish that I'd stay in the lines, but inside my heart it whines. Do this, do that, it's always your say. Nothing could ever be another way. Conformity is what you wish of me. Authenticity is all that you will see. Being outcast supposed to make me change. You can't handle me at free range. I don't live by the rules that you make. I could never be so fake. Alas, you find me here alone, but still my skills I will hone. A sharpened blade for the day, when you realize you can't take my voice away. So if you guys are interested in the poems, Dee's StoryTime in the link below. Go check that page out. So you are really starting to live at your fullest. You are really, regardless of what anybody thinks, says, does, you are really just being you. It doesn't matter what anybody says, what they think, you just have this strong faith and trust that this is who you are meant to be, and this is who you are going to be. And I don't give a shit what anybody thinks or says about me. I am going to do things the way that I am going to do things. And you can eat a dick is That's what comes to mind most. I wish I could stop your tears. When I was with you, I'd try so hard. Sometimes I could. Other times, you would hold me tight and just cry. But it seemed to help, so I stayed. Please don't cry. I love you so much. So, there could definitely be somebody that really wishes that they could stop your tears, that they could bring you out of your sadness, out of your pain, out of your hurt, that they could really help lift you up. Maybe you feel this way about somebody else, and maybe at times you can lift people up, and at times you can't. At times they just need to go through what they're going through, and there's nothing we can really do but just be there. If they want it, and if they feel they need it, they can reach out. A good hug can really help us to feel better as well. Maybe there is an energy here of needing to reach out, needing to ask for that help, for that love. King of Pentacles and Four of Wands. Wow. The Hawk and the Rabbit. There may definitely be somebody's father on the other side, uncle, grandfather, brother, maybe even. There's a very masculine energy that really wants to care for you, nurture you, take care of you. There could definitely be somebody who wants to propose to you as well. Somebody who's honest, stable, grounded, somebody who wants to be honest, somebody who wants to come in and provide for you, take care of you, nurture you, celebrate life with you. They may be very, very terrified of what the answer will be. Especially because you might be feeling like you want to do it on your own, because you don't want to be in a toxic cycle where somebody has that power and control over you again as well for some of you. But there is definitely some signs, synchronicities, messages coming into you. It's time to really look at the bigger picture, to not focus so much and get lost so much in the details, to not worry, stress, and be anxious or scared or nervous about what's going on, to just be okay and be at peace, and to trust that everything that's happening is meant to happen for a reason. There's definitely something very fertile, something very fantastic coming your way, something worthy of celebration and expression. You are really learning how to be stable in your thoughts and in your mind. Your foundation is becoming more whole so that you can express yourself from a hopeful, joyful, passion-filled stance. I feel like a lot of what you're going through right now is so that you can really learn how to deal with anxiety, with panic, with dread, with worry, with learning how to find that faith and peace and keep that faith and peace through times of turmoil or disturbances. Your foundation will stay steady and firm, and your thoughts will stay steady and firm. And no longer are you constantly thinking the sky is falling, but you are now realizing that everything is a chance to celebrate, and everything is beautiful in its own way. You're starting to see the silver linings. You're starting to see the good parts about situations that you are going through, and how much worse things could be sometimes as well than they have been when you thought it was the worst time in your life. That could definitely be it too. Somebody is definitely feeling very left out in the cold, hurt, lost, sad, in pain, maybe even regret, remorse, shame, guilt, something along those lines, but they're coming to peace with this. And the reason that they are working so hard to come to peace with this and come to terms with this is because they have made this decision that they want to come forward and offer something to someone, and they want to do it from a place of self-love and self-care, and they want to be able to leave behind the past completely so that there can be a new beginning that is no longer weighted down by the past negativity, drama, hurt, or pain. And they are really making the decision to find that peace within themselves throughout whatever it is that they're going through, so that they can really love themselves and be at peace in their thoughts going forward. And so they could really provide a very strong, stable, solid foundation to build off of. Because when you have a very messed up foundation filled with that guilt, that fear, that pain, that hurt or loss or grieving, it really does tear down the entire building. If you build something on a rotted foundation, it rots everything it touches. So whoever this is wanting to really rebuild that foundation and grow it stronger and make sure that it is solid and completely filled with love at the base of it so that it does not rot everything it touches, so that it can grow and expand and build onto and be supportive and nurturing and providing and caring and stable and strong without having to worry about the entire thing collapsing underneath them at any time. And I feel like that's a lot of why this had to have been gone through, was to help you get to that state of self-love and care, regardless of what you had, regardless, and realizing that what you had to offer was so much more important than money, which is hard to do in this world today because everybody's talking about how you should definitely never be around anybody who doesn't have money because they're all just losers. And you know what? Money isn't the most important thing. I'm sorry, but it just isn't. And I'm here to tell you that, even if nobody else will, because most people would just tell you that, oh, if they don't got money, they're just a scrub. How do you know? Are you living their life? Do you know what their plans are? Do you know what their goals are? Maybe they're working on something and you don't even know about it. And this something is going to make them richer than anybody you know. But you wouldn't know because you threw them in the trash because they didn't have money. So think about it before you start doing that. There can be rich people who are the most disgusting, ugly people on this earth too. It's not about money. It's about the person. On my own, grateful for the freedom here. Constant need to release the fear. Watched over, guided, and protected. Constantly feeling intersected. Seeing light is hard at times. Darkness released through my rhymes. Grateful I'm never alone. My skills and knowledge, weapons I hone. Building up my spiritual faith. Always in touch with a ghostly wraith. Standing in my power now. At long last, I can take a bow. No matter how hard this is, freedom is a win. Surrender. Release it all, hand it up, hear the call, fill your cup. Have faith in all that you do. Most importantly, just be you. Everything that you are, the trip it took to get this far. You have risen many times before. You know that you always will once more. So, there could definitely be something that has ended recently. Something that has caused you to feel like you're on your own, you're out in the cold. The people you love most are gone or have moved away from you, or maybe even you might have lost them to the other side. And the reason why you were going through what you were going through is so that you can learn to stand strong on your own 2 feet, have this independence, and to be able to surrender and know that all of the love that you need is inside yourself. And when you fill your cup and you take care of you and have faith in everything that you do and you just be you, that you will really be able to go much further than you could in any other way. Let it go. Release that fear and that doubt. Peace fills you inside and out. Let go of what you think is wrong. The answer was with you all along. Over the mountain or around, you've always been homebound. It's time to release all that fear before you waste another year. Study is needed. In order to continue to expand the mind, you need to keep it going. Learning never truly stops, at least if it isn't blocked by thinking that you know it all. Ego can get in the way with your talents and brains. Don't let it. Look inside. Look inside the mirror. What do you see? Is there bitterness and jealousy? An attitude of gratitude after a state of lack can certainly change all that. At times it can happen to anyone. Angry emotions can sap your fun. Let it all go and walk away. Sometime soon it will be your day. Look up high, arms outstretched to the sky. Pray for purity of mind and soul. Know that you can come out of this lull. No more time left to spare, want or need. Have a care. So if you want to find any of these poems, Dee's StoryTime in the link below in the description box. And you're really being forced to look inside, to look in the mirror, to understand what is triggering you, what emotions you might be feeling, how they could be affecting you or people around you. And you're really learning how to be strong on your own, how to surrender, how to release everything, how to let everything from the past go, how to forgive, how to really remove the poison from your soul, and how to stand strong on your own, knowing that you have done everything that you needed to do and everything that you could do. And it has really healed you and helped you to grow. And you are really getting to that point where you are now standing in your power and you can take a bow. You're really always in touch with yourself, with your spirit, with your higher self. You've been building up your spiritual faith. You've been building up building up your peace of mind, your peace of heart, your love, your life, and you have been removing anything that has been causing you to feel less than your true self. The Sun, the Two of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So you could have been feeling lost, alone, hurt, down, out, feeling like there was nobody there for you, like you were just completely alone. And if you look, she's not alone in this picture. She might be looking around a little scared, nervous, like, oh no, where do I go? I'm lost and there's nobody here, but there are people here. You might also be learning how to see some of those people that have been there in the background, how to reach out when you need the help, how to forgive the people as well who left you on your own, who walked away, who outcasted you, who hurt you, who caused you a lot of pain and despair. There may have even been people who judged you harshly for not having money for some of you as well. And you are learning how to release, forgive, and let go of that. And you are also learning that rejection was for protection, because if money is the most important thing to those people, you didn't need them in your life anyway. You wanted the people who could see the beauty in you, regardless of whether or not you had the money, which is part of why you had to go through this too, because you did not want those people in your life when you do have the money. For some of you, you will have the money eventually. You are definitely going to be coming into some very harmonious, peaceful, beautiful connections and partnerships in your life. You are really going to be making new friends, true friends, authentic friends. You are very motivated, passionate, driven, goal-oriented, and you are really coming into this energy of being happy and positive and joyful without anybody around, so that you can spread that happiness, love, and light, and that happiness, love, and light can come back to you. And that happiness, love, and light is not derived from anything outside yourself, but it is derived completely from the source of you. And that source of light will never be able to be dimmed again, because you went through these experiences. So once you do get to the top, per se, then you won't be somebody who's going to slit your own throat because you're all alone at the top, because you already went through all alone when you were at the bottom. And you were all alone with nothing, no one, no money, no time, no nothing. And you already know what that pain feels like, and you already know what you can make it through. And once you get to the top, you are going to be sitting very good. And you are also going to have a lot of people around you, but you're going to have people around you that deserve to be around you, because you have learned a lot about discernment when you were in your downtime as well. There may even be a new love connection coming in as well, and it could even be somebody from the past for some of you. Damn, right when I say that, perfect match comes out. Harmony and harmony. I know in my heart that when something is right, it feels easy and breezy, even though that sounds cheesy. With this in mind, I banish all the stress, insecurity, and tedious work from my relationships. Then I invite harmonious relationships into my life, and I let them show up in their own time, instead of trying to force or control anything. Easy breezy things are rarely punctual. Sometimes it takes a lot of time. Perfect match. Congratulations. You have gotten yours and everyone else's wish. This is an auspicious sign that a healthy, authentic relationship is either here or on its way. This is the sort of relationship where you don't have to compromise, settle, sell out, or otherwise be a non-you. This is a relationship anchored in truth and love that neither party will have to hide their farts from. Smells like a special duo. So yeah, that's the major part of this whole collective reading today, has been everyone coming into a much more authentic energy, so they can run into people that are in a much more authentic energy, and everybody is accepting themselves as they truly are, instead of parts of themselves because you're worried or ashamed of them, or fearing that people are going to walk away and move away from you and leave you all alone on your own out in the cold. And really what you have learned from all the experiences you have been through is that you just want to be you anymore, and you don't care who's there anymore, because people are going to leave, people are going to come, they're going to go. You're never going to make everybody happy all the time. There's going to be people who like you and people who don't like you, and it doesn't matter if you're being really you or being somebody fake. There's going to be both types of people around you all the time. And so now you are learning what is really for you and what isn't for you, and you are really going to be coming into some very good friendships and connections because of your ability to take this leap of faith and to really just trust that what is meant for you is for you, and what is not meant for you is not for you. Somebody really knows what they want, and they want to take this action. They want to move forward. They want to create beauty in the world. Somebody's very motivated, driven, and really wants to create beauty in the world. Somebody may even be wanting to protect you and the love, guidance, and beauty that you bring to the world. You could definitely be somebody who's a very strong peacemaker as well. Somebody who really is very beautiful. You really provide shelter, nurturing, care, love, and beauty to the world around you. This unconditional, beautiful, sweet kindness radiates from you, and you are really taking a leap of faith to just stand in that power, to be that beauty, to do what's best for everyone around you and yourself, to make the decisions of what you want and to go after it. And in doing this, it is really going to increase a lot of beauty in your life. Yeah, you are finding balance. Everybody's finding balance. Everybody's transforming. Everybody is really coming into their power, really being able to be this sassy, flirty, fun, beautiful person. Maybe even spiritual leaders coming together here as well, protecting, loving, taking care of and nurturing what is yours and what you believe in and what you want to grow in this world. And you are really finding balance in your masculine and your feminine energies as well. And that is really just bringing you into a higher state of power. The courage to really go after what you want, the courage to heal, the courage to accept both sides of yourself and to be both sides of yourself, and to really allow everyone around you to be who they truly are and fully are as well. You've really been working, building, growing this beauty all around you, and all of it is going to be coming back to you. There is just this very strong, solid support network and stability around you because of your beautiful, kind-hearted, bubbly, fun, life-filled energy and this beautiful, intelligent, very healing, beautiful, wonderful, amazing. You are just this amazing being who is meant to be this very strong. Accept themselves. That is pretty much what I got to say for this message. So I'm going to, and I really hope that you guys have an absolutely beautiful night or day, whatever, wherever you are when you're watching. And thank you guys for being here today. And I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye, guys.